Hey, how's it going? It's Walsh here, sick as always. Welcome to episode 29 of my Ruthless SSFRN Necropolis League. Just to really quickly mention, I had to get a new microphone. My old one has been broken for a few months, so I have no idea how this is going to sound. I apologize if it sucks. If it does suck, just say, hey, dude, this sucks, and I'll do my best to fix it. Anyway, though, the Blade Trap character is awesome. I'm starting to really warm up to this character. I know it's I don't know, it's kind of weird. I should not like this character because I hate having a cooldown skill, but there's just something oddly satisfying about it. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you near the end. So I keep telling myself over and over again, hey, let's just do some tier 11 or tier 12 maps and just chill and farm for a while. But I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I want to do tier 16s. I want to be in tier 16s all the time. I want to farm Guardian maps. I want to just like get currency, like Eldritch currency for Eater and Exarch. I don't know, man. Like, it's just really when you do this much damage. I mean, granted, I'm not saying this is like the craziest damage you're ever gonna see, but when you're doing this much damage, it's really hard for me to like stay in a lower tier map. It's just it doesn't feel right. Anyway, I'm experimenting using the mineral pools map because the layout is actually kind of nice for my skill. I will say though, this map is terrible. Not that anyone needs to be told that because everyone knows this layout is awful. But to be honest with you, it kind of works for me. It has a bunch of little like choke points and whatnot, so I could like focus all the enemies to run at me at my traps, and they all just kind of die. Anyway, I got a double corrupt temple once again, saving that for later because I don't. Not only do I not have a gem to double corrupt, but I have XP and I really don't want to die. Anyway, just doing some more maps. My goal was to try to get an Uber Elder fight. I have a lot of confidence in this character. I don't know if he's going to be able to do Uber Elder, but it would be really nice if he could. I've been respecking my tree way too much, and I have no chance orbs, and I've also been using my fusings on chance orbs because, fusings are not too valuable this league, if that wasn't already obvious. I also switched my tree over to start going back to farming the random corpse, trying to get some more tier rating. I really want to make a nice opal ring, but I don't know if that's what I'm going to craft, because to be honest, this character really needs a freaking helmet. My helmet is awful, but it feels bad, like, having that opal ring craft and not using it. So to be honest with you, I don't know what I'm going to do. I did get a tier rating, and I actually ended up getting another one. So in total, I do have four. So I'm probably going to drop the random corpse node and start farming the normal corpses again. That way I could try to get some effect. But I don't know. I might stick with the random one. It's kind of nice. I mean, the thing is though, you'll go on streaks where sometimes it's like, hey, I actually got like 2 or 3 ratings, and then you'll go like 200 corpses and not see one. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Probably go back and forth. But anyway, about respecking my tree, I really do want to respec into essence because my God, I like honestly, if anything, even if during this league where you can craft so much stuff, I'm still missing essence. That tells me everything I need to know. I am not dropping essence ever again. At least from one of the trees. I'm not gonna say like it's always gonna be on my main tree or anything like that. But I should definitely keep it around. It's very nice. Anyway, Alva's been really nice to me. Gave me a Radiant Tempest Scarab, which I didn't really know was a thing, or I guess I forgot was a thing. I'm pretty sure it's new, because I feel like I would have remembered that from before. Anyway, doing some more tier 14s and 16s, just bouncing between them. I did end up dropping some of the really intense corpse stuff that makes the corpses stronger. I'll put that up here so you can see what I'm talking about. To be honest with you, the main thing that ever kills me when I'm mapping is the league mechanic. The main thing, the specifically the mod that says like they gain like 20% more damage for every ally that has been slain. I'll just randomly like blow up half a pack. One guy will shoot me once, and I just instantly die. So yeah, I I toned it down just a little bit. All right, I have made a few changes on this character. Mainly, like I was talking about earlier, I am using Smite, which Smite is absolutely insane. It gives me like 1,000 extra lightning damage, and the gem is not even level 20. On top of that, since I'm using Smite, I no longer have to manually cast my Assassin's Mark. I am actually using a Mark on hit. Now, granted, it only triggers when I use my Smite, but I mean, I only need it against like bosses and whatnot, so I'm not too worried. I've probably already mentioned this, but in case I haven't, I have a new headset, and I got it for like 30 bucks on Amazon. I am messing with all the settings. It took me a while. You have to actually like not only download a program, but you have to like register your device to use the like the surround sound. Like what the hell? I paid $30. Why do I have to do all this nonsense? Anyway, though, the character feels pretty great. I'm about to go fight the, I couldn't remember who it was, the Eradicator. The Mineral Pools map is like, it's kind of nice on this character, but I don't know, man. The layout is just so bad. It's so freaking bad. I might get rid of it, but who knows. Having these little pathways like this, though, you just like throw a trap. I mean, that's a bad example, but if there was like a ton of scary monsters, I just run up the hill, they all die. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, I just want to talk for a minute. The plan for this character, I'm going to fight a couple bosses, then go back to farming. I really want to hit like 88, 89, something like that. My next skill point gives me a ton of damage, and it also helps me, you know, not die, kind of, I guess. Like I said earlier, the main thing that kills me is the leak mechanic. I did, unfortunately, forget to pay attention, because sometimes I just want to open the map and run right in. I don't look. And I had multi-proj cannibals, so I deleted my XP, figured I might as well go and do some Elder Guardians and whatnot. And as you can see, like, I don't even die to them. I mean, granted, not dying to Hydra is not exactly a special achievement or anything like that, but it feels really nice. It feels nice just to walk around, Hydra gets melted, and I'm pretty safe. It's a good time. I did end up using that scarab that makes all the maps in the area drop as rare, corrupted with 8 modifiers. Dude, that scarab is insane. Obviously, I used it with a cartographer scarab to get even more maps. I got like 7 of them here, which is pretty insane. And I figured I had like no XP anyway, so I figured I might as well just go and run them all. Try to get some currency because, man, I am deleting all of my currency. All of my scours, all of my... Well, actually, I have a bunch of alchemies, but all of my scours, all my chaos orbs, my chance orbs, my fusings. I just use all of them non-stop. But, man, the payoff is... The payoff is a lot of maps, a lot of tattoos, and a lot of random stuff. So, I mean, I can't really complain too much. I did have a ton of modifier corpses, so I figured might as well go and do some random crafts because why not? Unfortunately, I hit mostly garbage, but I did end up making a pretty decent amulet that I actually ended up switching for my own. The flat strength means I can change one of my rings because my jewelry is terrible. I have like literally 2 rings that have strength on it with life, so I don't really have a lot of options. So now that I have it on my amulet, it's pretty cool. On top of that, it did give me some more damage. I did lose some life. It wasn't a ton of life, but losing life never feels good. I got a singular scouting report, which I have not seen in like, I don't know, a week. I don't even know how long it's been. I totally forgot to check my tattoos, and I had 5 tattoos for accuracy. So I was like, I might as well just throw them on, honestly. And I used the scouting report, but unfortunately, we did not get a new unique map. But I mean, that's to be expected. I'm only missing 5 maps, so the odds are getting worse and worse. It's kind of funny, you know, the more unique maps you complete, the harder it is to get the ones you need. And I guess that's how it should work, I guess. But I would really like to get those points because I really want to spec back into Essence on my second tree. That's a nice jewel. I went and used some more of my Searing Exarch currency. To be honest with you, like, the flat lightning damage isn't crazy, but I'm just going to use it for now. I haven't really looked at the mod tier list, or sorry, the mod list, because I'm not actually really sure what I'm looking for on my helmet. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain that the helmet is where you get the fizz taken as lightning or whatever. So hopefully that's true, because that would be very nice. I had like 6 or I don't even know how many Searing Exarch saved up and 1 Eater of Worlds, so I figured I might as well run them all. I just leveled up, so hey, why not? The fights are kind of a joke now, to be honest with you. I kill them fairly quickly and I take almost no damage. Honestly, I couldn't even die to Eater because even his beam just did no damage to me. I got a lot of practice doing the Searing Exarch fight, so I'm actually kind of glad that I did this. Granted, the loot isn't incredible. I mean, I got a shield, that's cool, I guess. But I got a lot of practice with the ball phase, and funny enough, it almost feels harder to do it with higher movement speed. Because a lot of times it feels like you're overshooting exactly where you want to stand, because the hitbox is very specific, and sometimes even if it doesn't look like my character gets hit, I get hit anyway. But as you can see, I mean, granted, I know this is like a very old mechanic that most people have probably mastered, but I have not. But another weird thing I've noticed is whenever I complete the phase and I don't die, he seems to, look, he like instantly goes back into it. So he did one, and then I got through that and he instantly did a second one, right? And then we're going to get through this one, and once again, he's going to instantly use it. So I don't know if it's just RNG, it might just be straight up complete random, but man, it really feels like every time I complete it, he just like does it again. He's like, oh, you survived? How about this time? I did end up dying on the 3rd time. I think mostly I died because of the ground effect. And on top of that, I was kind of tilted because I was like, dude, can you like stop doing this power? My God. I'm really happy that I got a second Dawn Strider. That way I can double corrupt one because hitting movement speed on a pair of those would be pretty insane. I don't really think there's anything else too crazy I could get. I mean, max, actually, you know what? Max Frenzy Charge would be pretty wild. The last Searing XR dropped an exceptional Ember, which is pretty sweet. Don't really know what I'm going to use that on yet, but I'm just going to save it. This is pretty much what I do with all my Scours. I just kind of like delete them because I hate having money. What can I say? I went back and did some farming, leveled up, and hitting level 86 felt really nice because now I have more damage nodes. The big cluster I'm trying to finish right now is the Mark cluster, which gives me 10%, or enemies that are marked take 10% increased damage, and they have less accuracy. The accuracy isn't a huge deal, but it is very nice. I have to also mention, it is so weird having a mark on hit as a trapper. Don't get me wrong, it's nice. Having the Assassin's Mark automatically go off, and I get a Smite buff on top of it, that's pretty sick. But dude, it is so weird. I don't think I've ever had a mark on hit as a trapper. And I got my first tier 17. It's my very first one. Very excited. I have no chaos. Not a chance I'm rolling that one, but running that one. But any chaos I get now, I will use on that map to try to run it. I am not looking up any of the bosses. I don't know what any of it does. I'm just going to run in. If I fail, you can just laugh at me. I'm cool with that. Anyway, I got a nice shield from Veritania. 90 life and +2 minimum frenzy charges. I have no idea what would use that, but I'm definitely going to hold on to it because that's kind of nice. Anyway, I got another temple here. It's a ghost temple, and it also has Natziri, which is pretty cool. I mean, if I could get Uber at Ziri, I feel like this character would absolutely delete her. It would be no issue. I got a Mayo Kun from a freaking Alva temple swap. I didn't even know that could happen, but it's pretty sick. Anyway, Ziri on this character is an absolute joke. And we have a second pair of got a second pair of Atziri's Step, which, you know what? Double corrupted, why not? And then after that, we went and did our ghost room, which gave us not too much loot. We got a scouring orb, but we also got a very, very nice unique leveling wand, which is always nice. I always like leveling gear. And on top of that, we got a very pretty decent Archmage helmet, to be honest with you. Hey, if you made it this far in the video, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Again, I'm really sorry if the audio quality is terrible. I have no idea what this mic sounds like. On top of that, this headset is it's weird because the audio is better, but the headset feels worse on my head. But I can actually hear stuff now. Like, for example, I'm hearing like monsters walk around, which I've never heard that before. I've heard some sound effects for skills that I've never heard before. It's really odd. And it's not even that my sound is like turned up high. Like it's all this is like when it was like this before, it was like a lot of the sound was really loud and I couldn't hear, and the rest of it I couldn't hear. But anyway, I'm level 86, 26% of the way to 87. This character is freaking awesome, dude. It's so weird, like I don't know, everything up like if this was back before Ruthless, there was never a chance I'd ever play this build. But it's so satisfying. Like you only use Smite against insanely hard rares or otherwise the bosses, and the buff lasts 9 seconds, and on top of that, the mark lasts forever. And once they're marked, we actually have mark the prey, so they take 10% increased damage. Well, here's what I was thinking. I was thinking I can either A, make it so the marked enemy can't crit, which I feel like would be really nice, especially against like Uber Elder and stuff. Or I could take the 50% more accuracy, drop this, and then gain like either the accuracy from Dex bonus or just the flat accuracy, something like that. Because my accuracy or my hit chance is only 93%, which granted I almost never notice in maps. But this league mechanic is very angry, and some tanky mobs I absolutely notice it. Here's my updated tree. I dropped all this scary stuff because I'm tired of dying. And we came up here. I dropped the Cyrus stuff because I did kill Cyrus and I don't really need to farm him. Right now, I'm trying to farm Eater of World currencies because I have like nothing. I really need to get an enchantment for my body armor, my helmet, my gloves, and my boots. I did hit movement speed, which is pretty sick, but that was earlier. I'm keeping the critical strike chance for attacks for now, but I really feel like there's something better. And here's the other thing too, right? Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I'm definitely going to change it because since I'm using Smite, I could actually get the Intimidate on hit. Because remember, Intimidate, not Unnerve is what we need because Blade Trap is not a spell. It is an attack. I do appreciate people trying to help me out. I have no problem. It's okay. Like I'm not mad at anybody. But it is definitely an attack. It is not a spell in any capacity. and it is not melee, so War Chief does not work. I understand why a lot of people think War Chief works, but it does not work. It would be sick though. Here's what I was thinking though. You could use. Here's what I'm thinking. Let's say you wanted to play this character, but you really didn't want the mapping to be like as slow as it is for me. Granted, it's not like I'm not like crawling through the maps or anything. But you know, like a tier 14 Crimson Temple without Alva or anything like that will probably take me like somewhere between 3 minutes and 5 minutes if there's any league mechanics. So for some people that's way too slow. If you don't want that, here's what I would recommend, especially if you're going for a high flat of all three elements like I am. Use War Chief, multi-totem, and use like multi-strike or pulverize or something like that, and they will be strong enough to clear the trash, and then you just save your blade trap for any rares. I was gonna experiment with it, but to be honest with you, this Smite setup, this Smite setup rocks, dude. My God. Here, let me just show you how much damage that gives me. Let me just show you real quick. All right, so we have 6,976 lightning damage. All right, we smite. Now we are at 9,600 lightning damage. It is a lot of flat damage. And it's not even level 20. I'm not exactly sure. Like, I don't think the quality is useful for me. I'm not sure if 21's going to make a big difference. But it might. You never know. Anyway, though, I'm talking way too much. I've used pretty much all my Guardian fights. I have 2 more Eradicators because that's all I ever find. I'm 1 away from a Shaper. I'm 1 away from an Uber Elder. I would like to try Maven again, but that's going to take a while. I still haven't found a Hesman Wild. I've only found him from Cyrus, so I can't do the Elder Slayer invitation, but as soon as I get that, that's what I'll run. And I have 10 Kirac missions, and I'm just waiting, man. I might run one of these, to be honest with you, just to get like a random map, but we'll see. Anyway, sorry my voice is dying. My plan is to just farm some tier 14s, push for level 87, and then go from there. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Have a good weekend, and hopefully I see you Monday.